I was just having a talk with somebody about humility. Humility is humiliating, isn't it? Isn't that crazy? It sounds redundant, but it's true. I know when I get these vestibular migraine headaches, I am flat on my back. I have to close the shades in my room, and then I put a pillow on my head because I don't want to hear anything. I might put one of those eye masks on. I don't want to hear anything. I don't want to see anything because like anything coming through my senses just irritates and exacerbates the issue. And I know that when I feel it coming, and I can feel it coming when it does, that literally 2 or 3 hours of complete silence and darkness can make it go away. And then when I come up from that, hopefully I get some sleep while that happens, fingers crossed. Then I end up with a kind of a hangover, like a hangover feeling. It just reminds me of when I used to like drink heavily. The rain is coming down now. It's nice. What a perfect time to make a video about this topic in the shed while it's raining. It's setting the stage so perfectly. But the thing is this. So you end up with acute symptomology for about 3 hours, and then literally for the rest of the day, comes out to about 24 hours, you end up with a hangover. That's right up there with the worst type of hangovers that you've ever had. If you were ever a drinker, you know what a hangover is, like a really bad hangover. The kind like where you can't even go to work, like that kind. And it's like a reminder. But even the hangover is a relief compared to the acute distress that you experience when you go through the vestibular migraine. And I'm at the point where when that happens, I don't even know what triggered it. I don't even know. I've tried, well, maybe it was something I ate. Maybe it was too much salt. Maybe it was too much bright light. Like what, I've tried tracing this thing for a long time. And I've just learned to say, yeah, when someone would say, well, I didn't get a daybreak show today or something like that. I didn't see the daybreak show. And I've just learned to say, yeah, I wasn't feeling well. I don't really get into it. I just say something, yeah, I wasn't feeling well. But what it does, it keeps me humble because I don't know when it's going to hit. So you walk a little bit softer. I was talking to somebody who is dealing with a viral situation right now and had a high fever for 3 days. And it was humbling because you can't do anything. You're in bed. You're hot. Your body is aching. Your joints ache. Your back hurts. It's humiliating. It's humiliating, right? And then the thought came to me that when I think about death, because like when you're in the absolute pit of your illness, whatever that might be, it does cross everyone's mind. Well, what if I die? What if I died here? What if this is it? My thoughts around that were, if you're not used to practicing humility during your life, death is going to be really rough for you. Really rough. I mean, think about this. Death is the ultimate humiliation. You're strong, fast, intimidating, competent, and as you are on your deathbed, you're weak and fragile and scared. I mean, literally the opposite. As I used to describe it as the plane is coming in for a landing. And if you're not used to practicing humility during your life when things are going well, death is really going to suck for you. I can't imagine being on my deathbed being literally afraid of what's coming next. I can't imagine that. I can't imagine what it would be like thinking, I'm going to die and I don't know what's around the corner. And how's it going to happen? Is it just going to go dark? Am I going to be in pain? Like, what's going to happen? So that's why if you practice humility, like literally be humble while you are alive, then when it's your time to leave this earth, you've practiced humility for so long that it's not a surprise to you. Can you imagine just like you're laying in bed, and I like the idea of praying without ceasing, literally just always being in contact with God. And I've had some scenarios in life where I distanced myself from God by doing stupid stuff, stupid, embarrassing things, sinful things. Not a lot of humility. And then I've been in bed like with a flu or something like that, in years past. And I'm just thankful. You just reach over to your like nightstand and you just grab your even like your arm hurts. And you take a sip of water, and just a sip of water is so relieving. It just gives such relief. And you're thankful for like the littlest things, Or you're hot, you're breaking out into the sweats, and you just rip the blankets off of you just to cool off. And you're thankful just to cool off. And then after 3 or 4 days of being in bed, somebody's cooking, and you smell spaghetti sauce or something in the oven. And it brings a little bit of joy to you because for those 3 or 4 days, you didn't have any joy. And even the thought of food or smoking a pipe was just a horrible thought, right? So if you practice humility while you're living, that when you are getting ready to transition to leave this world, can you imagine having a attitude and a spirit of thankfulness, just in the same way that little glass of water gave you a little bit of relief and a little bit of comfort? You're just giving thanks for the life you had and not feeling bad. You might have some regrets, but you're going somewhere else. You're going to transition out of here. What will it be like? But if you didn't practice humility all along, death, which is the ultimate humiliation of a well, strong, fast, competent body, death is going to suck. It's really going to suck. Especially if you're of your right mind. I know a lot of people go and they don't have their right mind, dementia and such. And you kind of wonder where they're at. Did you ever look at somebody who has dementia and you're wondering, where are they? Where are they right now? Like mentally, where are they? And then they come to and they recognize you, whatever. Then they go away somewhere again. But when they die while they're away, like, what's happening there? Not everybody has the benefit of a conscious death, knowing you're going to die, knowing this is it, being thankful for the littlest things, the cool air in the room, the comfortable pillow you're laying on, the glass of water you just sipped. If you didn't practice humility before, death is going to suck. And I started practicing humility in the past year, believe it or not, past year. And what got me to that point wasn't from reading a book, it wasn't from prayer, it wasn't from any magical, hyper-spiritual thing. It came from my weakness. It came from getting a vestibular migraine that had no rhyme or reason. And it ruined my day and it ruined my plans, and that happened a few times. Well, more than a few times. And it just humbles you. and you just walk a little bit softer. And I've had this issue for a long time, about 3 decades. But it occurred to me that, like, when you're in the midst of it, like when you're in like the darkest part of it, the most painful part of it, you just, like, you're ready just to let go. Like, all right, come on, let me die already, Lord. Enough already. It made me think that when I rally and come about, it's like, I can't believe just yesterday I wanted to die. I can't believe just yesterday I was telling the Lord, take me home, enough already, enough of this stuff. And then you feel good when you rally. So what I don't want to do is rally and get cocky. I want to rally and stay humble. And that was the talk that I was having with somebody about illness and infirmity. To remain in a spirit of humility, where way in the back of your mind, you also know that this could be it. And I know people who are gray hair and older, who've lived long lives. I've known people who were young and vital and alive with dark hair and seemed strong and competent, who died from disease. So you just don't know when your time is up. So what is the proper attitude? Stay humble. Stay humble. Stay humble. When you work out, when you achieve, when you're making money, stay hungry. When you live life day to day, I mean, think about it. There's like this little virus thing floating around. You inhale it. It adheres to a cell and it multiplies in your body and it can kill you. Like, knowing that is pretty darn humbling, right? That's all. That's all I wanted to talk about. I'm just going to finish my pipe. No outline, no closing statements.
Deep in the shadows, I know it's hard to put one foot in front of the other. So far as the echo, where do we start? You can learn to discover a million stars. Here in the shadows, I know you're scared. Take my hand, together we'll make a stand. We've got to fight to find a way. Dare to fall to find out what to say. No more hate. Just admit that you're just afraid. Time to let go of all your fears and pride. Stand up beside me, don't you hide. We can build a better place. If we can just find a way, then we can live a better day. Rise from the ashes, from the anger, from the war. Let's come together, lift your spirit for the cause. We should be equal, should be living free. All together, one and all, let's build a dream. Just admit that you're just a